Driver's license suspensions for debt are laws or policies that take away or restrict a person's ability to drive when they owe unpaid fines, fees, or certain debts to the government. In simple words, if someone cannot pay court fines, traffic tickets, or other government-imposed charges, the state may suspend their driver's license as a penalty. The practice became widespread in the United States in the late 20th century, as states looked for ways to enforce compliance with court orders and boost collections of unpaid fines. Instead of relying only on traditional debt collection methods, governments used driver's licenses as leverage, since losing the right to drive can be a powerful motivator. Over time, millions of people had their licenses suspended, not for dangerous driving, but simply for inability to pay debts. Economically and socially, this system has been heavily criticized. Driving is essential for many people's daily lives. Commuting to work, taking children to school, or accessing healthcare. When someone loses their license for debt, they often lose their job or income, making it even harder to pay what they owe. This creates a vicious cycle. Inability to pay leads to suspension, which leads to more financial hardship, which in turn makes repayment less likely. Supporters of license suspensions argue that they encourage accountability and help courts collect money that funds public services. Critics argue that they are counterproductive, punishing poverty rather than encouraging compliance. Studies show that most people who fail to pay fines do so because they cannot afford them, not because they are unwilling. An example makes this clear. Suppose a person receives several traffic tickets totaling $500. They cannot pay within the deadline. The court then orders their license suspended until payment is made. Without a license, the person cannot drive to work, loses income, and falls further behind on debts. In this scenario, the suspension does not solve the problem. It makes it worse. In recent years, there has been a movement to reform these policies. Many states in the U.S. have reduced or eliminated license suspensions for debt, focusing instead on alternatives like payment plans, community service, or income-based fines. Internationally, similar debates exist, with some countries questioning whether debt-related suspensions violate human rights by unfairly targeting the poor. A curiosity is that organizations such as the American Bar Association and the U.S. Department of Justice have criticized debt-based suspensions, calling them unfair and economically harmful. They argue that licenses should only be suspended for reasons directly tied to road safety, such as reckless driving or driving under the influence, not unpaid debts. To summarize, driver's license suspensions for debt are penalties that block people from driving when they cannot pay fines or fees. While designed to enforce compliance, they often trap low-income individuals in cycles of poverty, reducing their ability to work and repay. This has sparked reforms in many places, shifting toward fairer and more effective approaches. Up above, I left you more videos so you can keep learning law. Remember to leave us a like and subscribe.